Introducing the secretive cassowary, a bird that goes unnoticed while having a plethora of colorful stories to tell. Come along for 30 amazing encounters that reveal this amazing creature's breathtaking beauty and interesting characteristics. These people find themselves in their car, but right in the way of a cassowary who has found some interest in them. It stands long and tall against the window of the car, and the woman starts losing her cool. It does evoke memories of the new Jurassic Park experience with the T-Rex right outside the children's car, doesn't it? Keep in mind that these and other large birds are among the closest living relatives to dinosaurs.
Oh my God! I'm so scared right now.
This individual had the pleasure of experiencing what it feels like to be chased by one of these birds, and it's safe to say it makes for a truly frightening experience. He walks behind his car to seek shelter, and the cassowary continues to swoop around.
Go. Yo, what the?
He eventually returns to his car, a prudent move as the bird is currently distracted in the bushes. Otherwise, these creatures are well equipped for a formidable defense with their powerful claws. This time, there is no car to protect these guys from our next bird, as they stand right in front of the animal, pecking on the ground, feeding off the box they gave it. Everything seems to be peaceful in this encounter.
He's not messing around. You enjoy, mate, eh?
Paul mu právě dal všechen svůj jackfruit, protože se ho bojí.
After finishing its meal, the bird approaches the lady who is filming. Panic might set in if it were someone like us, but she remains calm. The bird, evidently still hungry, walks back in search of more sustenance.
Happy?
Nesežer nám tu krabičku. No ahoj.
As expected, the brief peace is disrupted when the cassowary returns to the lady, this time with more aggressive intentions, as it genuinely believes she has food. The woman instructs it to go away. But if only these creatures could understand our language.
Hey, Polly!
Don't step up, he's attacking you, he thinks you're...
The couple attempts to walk away, but the cassowary is unfinished and resumes following them. What would you do in a situation like this? While we've had dogs follow us, this is a new level of fear.
Behind you. Teď třeba začínáme trošku bát. A pořád točím.
A nice day out on a picnic was much more hectic when a cassowary suddenly came out of the bushes and invited itself to have some of their food. It started pecking away at the different dishes, and it seems to like what these guys cooked.
Do you mind, man?
The girl tries her best to protect the food from the bird by lying over it, which makes the bird a little more confused. However, it is not giving up on such a delicacy that easily and goes around to eat it from under her.
My sandwich.
Unless they change locations, the large bird seems unwilling to let them go without thoroughly eating everything they have. The bird makes its way over to the people walking along the path, curious to find something to eat. Naturally, if any of us were in this situation, we would be inclined to stop and capture a video of this beautiful animal. The bird starts approaching the person filming it, prompting them to back up. The bird likely thinks they have something edible. After all, who would want to risk getting pecked by them in the first place? nobody knows what happened to the person after that. The encounter begins intensely as the cassowary approaches a few guys, and their energy clearly emits negative vibes. A fighting stance involves a cassowary lifting itself as high as it can and approaching the threat as demonstrated here.
Don't run, don't run, don't run, don't run. What I meant to do, just stay there a little.
The bird is adamant that this guy needs to keep his distance. It does its best to convey that the bird means business, and this message is clearly understood as the guy takes a few steps back each time. The bird walks off at the end, but not before stating its intentions first. After that, the same cassowary was observed attempting to intimidate a few other people. The bird targeted the guys standing near the bushes and nearly charged at them. They did what anyone should do: give this animal some space.
Don't run, don't run, don't run. What I meant to do, just stay there and let it attack them. No, if you stand there, you won't.
It finally retreats into the bushes, leaving the people at the beach alone and feeling safe.
Raul, walk back to us. Just keep in a group.
A group of bikers had to pause mid-ride to allow a cassowary and her chick to cross the road. Now they've stopped to get a better look at the people. The chick is just as bold as its mother, showing no hesitation in inching closer. Even after the chick runs away, after having had its fill of the bikers, the mother stays back to keep a look if everything remains calm and constant. You can tell who's more nervous at the moment, whether it's the man or the animal, showcasing the remarkable bravery of these birds. This guy is fortunate that there was a fence between him and the cassowary, otherwise his phone and perhaps even his finger might have been snatched away from him. Release that animal from the cage and he would likely be running.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna eat my phone. I poked it.
Here's another pair of mom and chick that have made their way to a patio this time. The chick is entirely focused on the person recording them, while Mom, who is used to them, looks for food anywhere she can spot it.
If we don't,
I think he wants to sit on my chair.
if we don't give him any more food,
He can't get out. Just he'll work it out.
Even though probably still new to humans, this chick, which is the size of a dog, demonstrates its bravery by not moving an inch while interacting with the person. Perhaps it's time to just get along with them at this point and adopt them.
see if they go back the same way. Here we go.
Here we go.
See the
Out you
opening?
go.
There you go. Dad can see the opening.
Good boys. Out you go.
Initially, a man with an umbrella is on the verge of being charged by a cassowary at the beach. Thinking fast, he puts the umbrella between him and the animal, which somewhat works. However, this results in him dropping his umbrella and running away.
Stand still, stand still. Stand still. It's freaking out the umbrellas.
The animal later calms down, seen walking normally among the beachgoers without terrorizing them for being there.
No, Melon. Don't pretend to cook food.
These keepers are well aware of what a cassowary is capable of. As they enter the animal cage carrying a bucket, they make their way across. Unfortunately, it is too late for one of the keepers, who receives a forceful kick to her back. That was just a chick, and that kick almost left her dangling on the fence. Now imagine what a fully grown one could do if it kicked someone. This tourist group had an uninvited guest on their trail adventure as a cassowary follows them right behind the guide himself. It makes for a unique companion during the jungle walk.
It's up one more member of our group. so keen to join our tour. But
it stays close to them when the group stops, unwilling to leave, possibly for two reasons. Firstly, it finds safety around them and doesn't want to lose the group. And secondly, it probably thinks they have food with them.
I've never had a kind of interaction like this with a cassowary. This is...
Want a banana? Oh, I've got me bananas. Should I give it?
The bird circles them, maintaining its guard, but still attempting to get as close to the people as possible. These individuals are doing the right thing by not actively inviting the bird, as like any other animal, cassowaries are unpredictable.
That is so cool.
Hey, look at your colours.
Although it might have been a good experience, there were instances where the bird got a little aggressive, which made the guide react a bit out of concern for their safety.
He's so keen. Woo!
Here is, however, a video that shows us how these birds attack when their patience finally ends. The man uses a rake to keep the distance between him and the big bird, but how long would that last? Let us see.
Now his weapon is his inside toe there. You can see his feet is inside.
He gets out safely from the enclosure and leaves the bird alone, but the bird seems to be sticking close by him just in case there is a need for round two. Don't be fooled. These birds have massive claws that can pierce you.
Yeah, no, just keep kicking. This is your male here. Your female looks exactly the same. She's just a much bigger bird. She'll stand anywhere up to 2 meters in height.
Be grateful that these guys can't fly like other birds. That would be a horror show. A young cassowary entered the premises after a cyclone. The owner, suspecting hunger due to the storm, welcomed the animal, which walked in quietly. The man escorts the animal to the back to check if it wants to leave, but to his surprise, the young bird takes a glance, turns around, and goes back inside. Perhaps this is its new home now. A person came across a pair of cassowaries enjoying water with their young chick. However, the chick, showing curiosity, immediately approached the person recording. While the parents drank water, the little one energetically explored the surroundings. The chick playfully nibbles the camera and quickly retreats. While adorable, if it were a fully grown cassowary, there could have been a risk of the phone being snatched, or worse, causing harm like a cut finger. All the while, the parents are just occupied cleaning themselves and minding their own business, leaving the young one to explore the world itself. Suddenly emerging from the bushes, the cassowary pleasantly surprised the onlookers who likely weren't expecting it. The bird then proceeded to explore the area with its dinosaur-like gait, providing the people with an unexpected and exciting subject to film. The cassowary walks over to a person in a chair in the midst of taking a selfie with the bird. The individual, understandably cautious, looks back in fear of a peck. Thankfully, the cassowary shows no interest in any such behavior and calmly continues walking by. approaching people while feeding on the forest floor, the cassowary appears at ease, highlighting its comfort around humans. It prompts contemplation on the level of interaction between these birds and humans. It goes around and keeps finding small nuts and probably bugs to eat, and the person gets up close themselves. That is a brave move, considering how easily these animals get ticked off without anyone provoking them. Upon picking up the items the cassowary was eating to examine them, the bird swiftly approaches and plucks them from the person's fingers. It's a bold move, and the individual is fortunate to have avoided any harm to their eyes. If humans don't tick them off, other cassowaries do. This young adult found itself facing its own reflection on a car, thinking it was another bird. One can't help but feel sympathy for the car owner in this situation. Imagine telling your insurance that your car was targeted by a large bird that got upset with its reflection. The resulting strikes are sure to leave visible damage, possibly leading to a hefty repair cost for the affected door. A van became the target this time when an enraged bird declared that this chunk of orange metal would be its adversary for the day. As the van moves, the cassowary closely follows with clear intent to attack. The question is, how? As the van driver departs, the cassowary makes a dash for it. However, it changes its target this time, prompting a new driver to swiftly turn around before their van requires a trip to the mechanic. Here's a chilling encounter. While the cassowary doesn't harm the car or the driver, its intense stare through the window gives off a dinosaur-like vibe, and many of us would undoubtedly be unnerved by such a sight.
It's hilarious. That is hilarious.
In this instance, these individuals find themselves face to face with a cassowary without the protection of a vehicle. A tense standoff ensues, leaving the question of which party will act first and who will ultimately retreat. The outcome is uncertain.
Just go slow.
The people begin to walk away, but the cassowary closely follows, creating a tense situation. The lingering uncertainty arises from the bird's potential to deliver a karate kick as seen earlier. It is likely trailing them in search of food.
Just don't engage. You'll lose interest.
The animal persists in following them, hoping for a meal. But unfortunately, these guys have nothing to offer. It seems the bird will have to search the ground for food rather than relying on their hands and pockets. Behind a fence, this cassowary sends a clear message to them not to mess with it. The presence of the barrier prevents a potentially different scenario. Without it, these guys might be running in fear.
So I guarantee she's gonna hit the corner here. There you go.
Behind a fence, this person uses a hat to provoke the cassowary and observe its reaction. Upon closer inspection, the bird's attack reveals a distinct attempt to jab the hat through the fence, showcasing the power of its raptor-like claws.
Yeah, mate. Alright, we're coming.
Watch this creature walk, mirroring the movements of a dinosaur on the prowl for prey. As it stomps its way closer, it's a sight everyone should witness. If any of us were behind the camera, we might have instinctively started walking away. The bird positions itself directly in front of the cameraman, seemingly assessing whether there might be food to offer. Seeing how unpredictable these birds are, it would be better if nobody actually fed them, because they can get picky. This person should consider themselves fortunate that these birds don't fly, as the short fence acts as a barrier against the potential threat of being stabbed by those raptor-like claws. The bird appears fully committed to the idea.
It was a good idea to work with cassowaries. Settle down. Hey! Do you fucking mind? Jesus Christ!
Walking along the fence, the bird follows the person with evident interest, yet its actions are limited by the barrier, preventing any direct interaction.
You been fucking winding him up? Savage.
A family picnic in the middle of the street comes to a halt as an uninvited cassowary joins in, helping itself to the displayed food. The man advises his dad to stay perfectly still, a wise decision given the situation.
Stay very still, Dad.
Fortunately, the bird eventually moves away, allowing the family to resume their picnic in peace. If you were faced with this scenario, would you have chosen to feed the animal? The animal walks away, knowing that nobody was going to feed it anyway, and that makes for a sad ending to this story, if you think about it that way. An enthusiastic man captures his day on film as a cassowary walks right behind him. His uncontainable excitement is evident, maintaining a smile from one ear to the other. It seems to be his first encounter with such a bird. Imagine staying at a resort as stunning as this, where you are visited by these beautiful birds every other day when you wake up. While it might create a tense encounter, the uniqueness of these birds makes the experience remarkable, and anyone would consider themselves fortunate to get so close to them. The bird appears accustomed to the people here, completely ignoring the man attempting to get as close as possible. That, however, is likely the best interaction he could expect from the gorgeous bird. With the right jungle setting and the proper lighting, as seen in this clip, these birds bear a striking resemblance to a raptor. A sight like this would undoubtedly induce a heart attack if one were to witness it approaching them. Now all we need is a bit of rain to complete the scene. Let's be grateful that these birds didn't grow any larger, otherwise we might have been mere worms for them, pecked off the ground. in a hypothetical fight between an ostrich and a fully grown cassowary, who do you think would emerge victorious? If you believe avoiding the jungle is sufficient to keep these birds at bay, think again. As demonstrated here and in previous instances, these birds might occasionally follow you all the way to your home. In their version of a concrete jungle, these birds love exploring streets and houses in search of food, from rummaging through trash cans to inspecting backyards with potential fruits and nuts. These living fossils leave no stone unturned.